Now, one thing I'm going to need before I can play with my puppets is a really good puppet theater. Now, what I like to use for puppet theaters are one of these cardboard display boards. See, they open and close, so you can use those as the arms to keep the puppet theater up. So I can have the puppet theater standing up like this, and I can have my puppets playing inside. So this is the right thing to use. Now, what you want to do is you're going to want to make a screen cut out of the puppet theater in order that you can play behind it to show your puppets, but not you. All right, so we're going to have to cut some holes. Now, before we begin, make sure you have a grown-up, a mommy or a daddy or a big brother or sister helping you do this, a grown-up, someone that is allowed to use sharp things. Because for this project, you're going to be needing some very sharp tools and even some hot glue. So make sure a mommy or daddy or a grown-up is helping you do this part of the craft. You can be in charge of the puppeteering. That's playing with the puppets. Here we go. And there you go. Now I have my puppet theater. You know, you could use the puppet theater like this. You don't have to decorate it at all. You could have your puppets here, and you could be hiding and having some fun. But I'm going to do a lot more to my puppet theater. Just watch. Wow! There you go. See, I decorated my puppet theater, and now I'm ready to put on a puppet show. Uh-oh, I'm going to need some puppets first. Let's make some different kinds of puppets together. I'll show you how to do it, and you could try it yourself. And then you'll be ready to put on your very own amazing puppet show. One type of puppet that I really love to make is a shadow puppet. This is a puppet that you don't really see the features of the puppet, but you do see its shadow. And all you need are some very basic things to make your shadow puppet. You're just going to need some glue, some tape, a skewer or stick, a piece of black paper, thicker and cardboard paper works best, a pair of scissors, and the picture of what you want to make. Now, I think a good place to start is to make a butterfly because it's an easy shape, it's easy to cut out, and it looks really, really nice as a shadow puppet. Now, because this paper that I printed the picture of the butterfly on is very thin, I'm going to glue it onto my black paper. You don't have to cut it out yet because we're going to cut it out after. So get some glue and be really good with the glue on your butterfly or any picture. The best thing about this kind of craft is you could print any picture that you like. It doesn't have to be a butterfly. It could be an animal, it could be a person, it could be a rocket ship, an airplane, whatever you like. Okay? So just make sure that your butterfly is taped on really, really well. It doesn't matter if it looks dirty or if it's kind of smushy because you're going to be cutting it out and you're only going to see the shadow of the puppet. So now we're going to cut out the puppet. We're going to cut out the butterfly. And try to do as best as you can. But if you're not so good at cutting, ask a grown-up. A mommy, a daddy, a big brother or sister to help you cut. And just make sure the scissors you're using are not too sharp. I like to try to cut it out as really well as I can because the better you cut it out, the more like a butterfly or whatever animal you're cutting will look. All right, and there we go. I've cut out my butterfly. It looks really, really nice. Okay, but a shadow puppet, the way you want it to work is you want to use the black side for your puppet because that's going to make the best shadow on your shadow board. So I'm going to use the back of the butterfly, which is the actual paper print that I printed, as the back. Okay? Now you're going to need your wooden skewer. I always like to break off the point just so it's not too pointy. Now the next thing I need to do is make a tab on the top of the skewer. And here's how I do that. I take a piece of tape, best to use a thick or good duct tape, or a thick tape like this, and I'm going to tape the skewer right into the tape, but I'm going to let a little bit of a lip go at the top. So when I fold over the tape, there's going to be a bit of space between the skewer and the top of the tape. That way, I'll have a bit of movement in my tape. So you can see here, my tape has a bit of wiggle room. See that? I can wiggle my tape around. Okay. Once I have the tape taped on, I want to cut it to be a bit more straight, so it kind of looks like that. All right? So that's how the skewer looks now. The skewer has a piece of tape, and the tape at the top has a bit of a flippy flop to it. Now I'm ready to tape it to the back of my butterfly. Now you could use either side of the butterfly, really, but I like to use the black side as the front. So I'm going to tape the tape onto the back, or in this case, the front of the butterfly. Okay? What I need is some tape. I'm going to tape right by the flap, and I'm going to tape that onto the back of the butterfly. And I'm also going to make sure that the tape doesn't stick out of the butterfly too much, because you want to be able to see the butterfly. If it does, you could just cut off a little bit of tape, or you could push it down, but that's pretty good. Okay? See, now I have a bit of a flip to my butterfly. See? My butterfly is not necessarily so flat. I can do it like that. Now I want to get the bottom of the butterfly as well. Just a little bit of tape. You don't need very much for this project. Just to tape the other way onto the back of the butterfly as well. And if you have any extra tape, the best thing of duct tape is you could just squish it and fold it. And there. So now basically my butterfly should be able to, my stick should almost be straight down to the butterfly. That way it looks as though it's kind of hanging perfectly, the stick is perfectly right in the middle of the back. So when I hold up the butterfly, you won't see the stick so much. Even if I hide the stick this way, it can maybe look like a butterfly flying around already. And you could use your imagination that it's real. But this is a butterfly shadow puppet. I'm going to need to put it behind a shadow box. And I'll show you how to do that too. All right. Well, now I have my butterfly shadow puppet, and I have my puppet theater. But of course, right now, if I would use my puppet theater, you'd be able to see everything that's going on over here, because it's just see-through. What I'm going to need to do is build a screen, and I've already done that. I've built a screen here just with a little bit of cardboard for the frame, and this is a piece of parchment paper, just from your kitchen, some parchment paper. So now the parchment paper acts as a screen, and now we can make our light box. And it's very easy. What I did is I put a little bit of Velcro on the back of my screen. This is the soft Velcro, and on the back of my puppet theater, I put some other kind of Velcro, the harder part of the Velcro. So what I can do now is I attach my screen to the back of my puppet theater. So now that my puppet theater has the screen, now from behind the screen, you won't be able to see. From this side, from the back, you won't be able to see through because there's parchment paper. What I need now also for the back of the screen is a light. I have here my lamp. And this lamp is going to light up our puppet theater box. And I put the lamp right behind the box, like this. So now, on the other side of the box, it's going to be lit up. And now what I'll do is, and I'll put the light a little closer so my hand doesn't go in front of the light. That way now, when I put my butterfly in front, you can already see you see the shadow of my butterfly? Well, look on the other side of the puppet theater. You'll be able to see the butterfly flying around. Take a look. Go to the other side. All right, do you see that? You see the butterfly flying around? It's a little bit hard to see because it's light in my room. But if I turn off the lights, you see how it looks? You see how now you almost can't even see my hand. If I move the light a bit, you can't even see the stick so much. You just see the butterfly flying around and zooming around, and you can have it shaking to make it look like it's fluttering. And if I take the butterfly away from the screen, it gets bigger, and then it disappears because now it's behind the light. And if I want it to go in front of the light, here it comes. So that's my little butterfly flying around my shadow puppet box. And the nice thing about shadow puppets is you can make any shape and you could use your imagination. Let's take a look at some other shadow puppets that I've made and try to see if you can figure out what these shapes are. Here we go. Try this one. What do you think this is? Oh, very good. That's a rhino. Yeah, great imagination. Let's try another one. How about, ooh, here's a good one. What about, okay, let's try another one. How about this animal? Haha, that's right. It's an elephant. That's right. So we have an elephant. Oh, and look, Mr. Rhino is coming to say hello. Hello, Mr. Elephant. Hello, Mr. Rhino. And of course, with shadow puppets, if anybody is talking, you can move the puppet that's doing the talking. That way people know who's talking. Hello there. Hello there. How are you? I'm good, Baruch Hashem. Thank you. Very good. All right. What about, another fun thing I like to do sometimes. What do you see? Oh, looks like a knight, two knights, and they're going to have a sword fight. Haha, that's a lot of fun to pretend that the knights are having a sword fight. Whoa, oh no, haha, this one is the winner, haha, and what does he win? Maybe he wins, maybe he wins another fight. Okay, bring another animal. Oh no, what came? Ha ha ha. Oh no, it's a dragon, rawr, ha ha ha. Lots of fun. All right, well, I have one more nice shadow puppet that I made also. With the butterfly puppet, I could also make the butterfly see-through. Instead of using thick black paper, for parts of the wings, I could also use colored tissue paper, and that would look like this. Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful orange butterfly flying around, and because I used see-through tissue paper for this butterfly, you can see the colors shine through. And that's really, really pretty. Wow, really, really nice. That's right, you can shake it around and make it look like it's shaking and flying and flapping its wings. Lots and lots of fun. Well, that's how you play shadow puppets over here. You just need to make yourself a little theater, a screen, and peekaboo, a light, and you can have all kinds of fun. Bye-bye. Rabbi B loves hearing from fans. Please send any questions, fan mail, or drawings to rabbibmusic@gmail.com.